Hello everybody. Today I'm doing like a quick little step-by-step sort of a walkthrough on this little drawing that I did. It was like an hour-long drawing, it didn't take very long, so I wanted to do like a little kind of a walkthrough. So what I'm doing here is kind of the first step I do in all my drawings, and I would recommend trying this. I rough it out with like a really big brush. This is like just my regular, like my line art brush, but it's just quite large. And so then now you can see I've roughed out my shapes and now I'm going in with a sketch. And the reason I rough out my shapes first like this is because when there's less detail, it gives you a lot more opportunity to work out anatomy stuff and like posing stuff. So now you can see me actually sketching in. I'm on a layer above this with my sketching brush. And I will write those brushes in the description of this video. This is Krita, by the way, if you didn't know, this is my program, Krita. And now I've started on the line art. So something you'll notice here is I didn't actually sketch out the whole drawing this time. Usually I do. On a very rare occasion, I will go straight to line art from the rough, blocked out sketch, but usually I actually sketch the whole thing in. The reason I didn't sketch the whole thing in this time was because I was feeling lazy and I knew I didn't need to. The reason I would suggest sketching it out over the rough is because that's going to help you nail down where you want certain details to go. So like you can see I did sketch out the limbs and like the scale detail on the face. I always sketch the head, that's really important. So a lot of the scale detail and stuff, because that's a big focal point. But I didn't actually go ahead and sketch the wings and the tail because those are fairly easy. I know where those limbs are going to be. There's not a lot of like confusion going on in that area, so I would start blocking out your pose with a big brush and then go to a smaller brush for your sketch. Then you can do your line art. Now this is like my chibi line art brush that I use. Again, I will put that in the description, the name of it. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the name. But this is like a softer brush. My general line art brush is a little bit sharper, closer to like an ink type pen. And although the brush doesn't really make it chibi, it's more of the style in which you draw it, and so big line art has a lot to do with that. The thicker your line art, the more cartoony your thing is going to look. I have really thick line art sometimes. Sometimes I have to remind myself like, ooh, make that canvas size bigger because we got to get some skinnier line art up in here. But you can actually see me right now putting in all the details over the sketch, and now I've got a reference picture and I'm just dropping color. I use the bucket tool to drop color in because my line art is so thick. My line art is, I don't sketch, I don't paint, I do lined drawings, and so when you have line art like that, you can use the bucket tool to drop in color and then sketch in any other details, which is what you're watching right now. I'm actually drawing in the speckled pattern. This is Orca. I drew her recently and a lot of people were saying they really love the design, and so do I, so I was going to draw her again. A lot of people were also saying that isn't she green, and yeah, in the comic, the graphic novel, I forget if it said she was green in the book or not, but I like to draw her this color, so, because she's named Orca. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the bucket tool. The bucket tool will not work like that, like right off the bat in Krita. You do need to set the setting so that it's set to all layers instead of just the layer you're on, because if it's set to just the layer you're on, it won't fill going around the lines. But you can fiddle with that in tool options in Krita. And then now I'm doing my shading, which is just, again, go up another layer, pick a color. I used a dark color because it's a black design, and then set that to multiply and mess with your opacity. And then on this one I did something I don't usually do, which is an addition layer up on top. I used like a mid blue, and then I did an addition layer just for a little bit of a shine. But there we have it. There's the finished piece. Hope this walkthrough was a easy little tutorial for y'all. It was just something I kind of did right off the bat. But thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.